It's a good world. Good world gone bad.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and right now, property taxes are absolutely skyrocketing for multiple reasons. Now, one of those reasons is because the counties are over assessing the property values by a substantial amount. Here in Texas, we have a massive problem brewing where the county is going out to assess properties to obviously have them pay taxes, and they're assessing them for $100,000 to $150,000 more. And so what's happening, you guys, in turn, and we're about to find this out, it's pricing some people out of home ownership, meaning that property tax increases are actually forcing some homeowners to sell. Now, on top of that, we also finally, you guys, have updated 2024 Q1 bankruptcy statistics. And I'm going to tell you guys, every single area of bankruptcy is up. Now, as always, if you guys can, if you learn something, hit like on this video. But if you enjoy the content, shoot me a bonkers below. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into 3 different areas. What we'll do first is we're going to listen to 3 different videos on how property taxes is absolutely wrecking homeowners, whether they're investors or it's their primary residence. After that, I'm going to go into the statistics on bankruptcies, property taxes, and you guys, let's not forget homeowners insurance. Are property taxes and homeowners insurance the new adjustable rate mortgage? I mean, think about it. Back in the GFC, we had mortgages go up because the interest rate changed. Right now, we have mortgage payments going up because of skyrocketing property taxes and skyrocketing homeowners insurance. Now, the first video we're going to listen to is on how property taxes is actually forcing someone to sell their house because they are priced out and cannot afford the increase in property tax liability.
You're seeing an unwelcome surprise she wasn't expecting in her property tax bill?
Yeah, her property taxes climbed well above 100%, and now she's been priced out of her home. And we also spoke to an attorney who says there's a specific reason buyers are facing this challenge more often, especially over the last few years. The perils of property taxes taking a toll on Tamara Ransom. She bought her Winter Haven home last May, but less than a year later, it's on the market after receiving an unwelcome surprise.
I felt like I'd been baited and switched. When you buy a house, I see the taxes at $2,700. I expect it'll vary a little bit, you know, a few hundred, $1,000, but in no way did I expect it would go up 174%.
Many new homeowners faced this sticker shock when they received their trim notices with their new assessed home value. Those bills were due at the end of March. You have been doing what you can to try to make this work.
It's very upsetting because I put most of my savings into the house, the down payment and the things, you know, alarm systems and things like that. And I'm losing all of that because I have to sell the house and I'm not going to get really anything back. And then I have to look for a new house.
This is definitely a buyer beware type of a situation.
Michael Finn is an attorney based in St. Petersburg.
Values have soared in Florida, particularly anywhere near the water. And somebody that bought a house 5 years ago may realize a value increase of 2 to 3 times. You can dispute it, but you're not going to win a significant decrease because the property assessor's office is very skilled at their valuations.
Now, I will acknowledge that he's actually right, but nevertheless, you still, again, some people, they can't help it, especially new owners that weren't expecting property taxes to vary like this. But a lot of people do understand that you should immediately file a residential homestead if your county and state offers it. Residential homestead, depending on the county, again, put caps on certain assessed value increases. And then depending on your age group, there could be retirement caps, there could be veteran caps, and certain incentives like that. But also, you guys, on top of filing homesteads, what you could do is protest your assessed value. Now, I personally think that everyone should always protest their assessed value. And despite what the video is saying, how skilled they are, generally, you're going to get a break on your assessment. So again, don't forget to protest your assessed value and file your residential homesteads. Now, Let's move on to the next video that, again, acknowledges how bad the county assessment values really are. I'm telling you guys, numerous listings on MLS right now, you guys know this when you watch my morning lives, have assessed values that are $100,000 to $150,000 more than what the house is listed at. And they can't even sell their house for $100,000, $150,000 less than the assessed value. You guys, that's robbery. Comment below, is that not robbing? Why would I be paying taxes on a $500,000 house if the house is really $350,000? That's robbing us. Tell me again, seriously, you guys, is that not robbing us? Do you guys agree? Do you not agree? Let me know. Either way, here's video number 2.
The Cook County Assessor admitted that some South suburban homeowners were overassessed in our recent investigation. Now, more homeowners say they're also dealing with questionable assessments, which will turn into property tax hikes.
We're going to be out taxed from all of our homes.
In South suburban Lyons Township, Jamie Flaws, her husband, and many of their neighbors fear the end of their close-knit neighborhood. They're anxious that they may have to move because of property tax assessment spikes. Some face increases of nearly 650%. Residents say those assessment increases don't match the market values of their homes.
We probably won't be able to sell these homes because they're not even close to being worth what the assessment says.
Because of the new assessments, the Flaws property taxes will more than double from $7,000 a year to more than $16,000 a year.
It will destroy my kids' futures because all of our investment has been for 36 years in our home and land.
After losing their first appeal, the Flaws hired an independent appraiser who found the market value of their home to be half as much as what the Cook County Assessor's Office declared. $450,000 compared to the assessor's $878,000. Property assessments have jumped across Cook County's south side. The ABC7I team researched single-family residential homes in Lyons Township and found that the average increase since 2020 is more than 32%. Rich Township has the highest average increase over the last 3 years at 64%.
I'll probably move.
Tom Ahern was shocked when he saw that his land assessment increased 643%, nearly doubling his yearly tax bill from $10,000 to more than $18,000 a year. He says he's left with just one choice.
Sell the house, take my losses, and move on.
We contacted the Cook County Assessor Fritz Kagi about these two properties. His office replied admitting that they made an error when calculating land values, adding, "We have submitted a request for a correction to the Cook County Board of Review, which will determine whether to reduce the values of these properties before they certify property values in Lyons Township." The Flaws contacted the I-Team after seeing our investigation about huge tax assessment increases in unincorporated Rich Township near Tinley Park. Homeowner Lisa Markwitz is facing a jump of 210%.
Are you kidding me? Are we going to lose our house?
After questioning Kagi's office, the I-Team was told mistakes were made and many of the Rich Township homes would be reassessed.
And here's the reality, you guys. These mistakes are happening across the nation. In fact, again, like I said, they're happening in my own backyard. So I know if it's happening in my own backyard, we're watching videos, we're seeing data. You guys, again, if you already own a home, please check your property assessment and make sure they're not making errors. These are not small errors. Your taxes going from $10,000 to $18,000 in 1 year, insane. I mean, if you're on a fixed income, you can't afford the extra $8,000. You can't do that. Now, here's the crazy thing. Not only are the property taxes affecting people that own primary residences, these massive property tax increases are also affecting investors because the investors are passing along the additional expense to the renters. You guys, this is hurting us in more ways than we realize, and it's fraud. I mean, it's stealing. It's not accurate. They're making mistakes, and we are paying for it. Video number 3.
4 o'clock, the price to rent, much like everything else, is rising, not just in the cities, but also in the suburbs. Let's show you some examples. According to apartmentlist.com, here's the average cost to rent a 2-bedroom apartment. In Arlington Heights, it's nearly $2,000 a month, up 6.5% from last year. Aurora, just about the same, up 5.7%. And in Westmont, it's more than $1,600 a month, up nearly 4%. So what is driving this? One suburban landlord says it all points to an increase in property taxes. NBC5's Lexi Suter has the story.
Paul Backen opened his property tax assessment paperwork 3 weeks ago and was totally shocked.
I said, whoa, wait, what? So that kind of threw me back.
Taxes on his 4-unit Plainfield apartment building went up 55%. That's about $5,000 more than he currently pays.
I spoke with the landlord that owns the building next door to mine, and he was in shock also. He said he's never seen anything like it, and he felt the same way.
Paul can't absorb the additional expense on his own, so he says he'll have to break up the burden, meaning his tenants will be on the hook for $100 more a month. He admits it's not ideal.
Knowing how I'm always seeing and reading about, the housing crisis and affordable housing, I feel it's very unfair. A 55% tax increase that I cannot have the burden of, and I have to pass that along to my tenants.
The Will County Assessor's Office says in a statement to NBC5, the Plainfield Township Assessor revalued the subject property along with other properties in the subject neighborhood based on recent sales. For 2023, the assessed value was increased, and this was a 55% increase in value.
I used to be a renter at one point in time in my life, and I understand it. And I'm, trying to make it better for my tenants. And understand their point of view, because everything's going up. It's not just this, and it's hard to break even nowadays. It really is.
I mean, this is a real problem affecting all of America. You guys, this is just shocking. People don't realize that when you buy a house, your mortgage, even if you have a 30-year, doesn't matter, 15, 30, whatever it is, it's a fixed rate. So people assume that their mortgage is going to be fixed, but they're starting to realize that's not the truth. Their property taxes are adjusting like never, ever before in the history of the U.S. have we had massive fluctuations in property taxes that are essentially forcing people to sell. And not only that, you guys, it is bankrupting homeowners. Let's look at the bankruptcy statistics now. And you guys, this just came out. This is bankruptcy filings, and this is for the first quarter of 2024. Now, filings increased across all chapters, okay? I'm just going to read down these two paragraphs right here. This is going to be linked if you guys want to come back here. It's going to go into commercial bankruptcies as well, but I mainly want to look at chapter 13 bankruptcies. There's chapter 7 and 13. 7, people can just walk away from their debt. Chapter 13 is a restructure, and normally if you own a house, that's what you have to do. So let's look at this, guys. The 120,094 total bankruptcy filings represented a 14% increase from 105,000 filings during the same time period last year. So bankruptcies are going up year over year, a 14% double-digit increase before recession, before job loss. Remember, the labor market's red hot, as is the economy. So this is crazy. Consumer filings increased. Now we're going into consumer filings increased 13% to 112 filings in just the first quarter of 2024. That's up from 99,000 consumer filings year over year. Now, individual Chapter 7 filings, okay, that's where you just get a walk away during the first quarter of 2024 were 66,861 individuals. That is a 17% increase over the 57,000 individual Chapter 7 filings year over year. Now, Chapter 13, okay? Chapter 13 is the homeowner bankruptcies. Now, homeowner bankruptcies in the first quarter of 2024 alone was 45,958. Now, that, again, remember, is in lieu of foreclosure. Okay, so that's in lieu of foreclosure. That's a 9% increase year over year from 42,000. So again, you guys, it is going up. Now, here's what they have to say. As we expected, the upward trajectory in both commercial and individual related bankruptcy filing volumes continue. March marks the 20th consecutive month that the individual and commercial bankruptcy filings have registered monthly year-over-year increases. Again, 20 months in a row. That's actually, what was that? Is that 4 or 5 months after quantitative tightening? Do you think there's a pattern there? Factors contributing to this trend are the higher cost of funds and interest rates, a reduction in consumer discretionary spending, higher housing costs, and a continued drawdown of excess savings, and not to mention real wages have gone down. Real wages, which means adjusted for inflation. If you're interested, I'm also going to have this article linked in my description. This is property taxes by state. You guys can see the darker blue has a higher property taxes. Here's my great state of Texas right here at a tax rate of 1.63. And I'm going to be honest, I wish my taxes were that low. In fact, my taxes are 3.52% on the house that I own, even though I'm renting. A lot of people don't realize that. Now look at New Jersey's 2.33. Insane. Illinois 2.11. That's crazy. I mean, that's really crazy to me. Now, take a look at this, guys. Number one worst state, New Jersey. Okay, effective tax rate, 2.33%. Look at this. Median real estate taxes paid, $9,300 a year. Median household income, $97,000. That means about a little less than 10% of their income, goes towards property taxes. Have fun owning. It's real fun owning real estate right now, am I right? But as I said, it's not just property taxes. Homeowners insurance is absolutely skyrocketing as well, especially if you're in Texas. I just got dropped from my insurance provider. They're not going to renew me. My insurance is going up $1,000 a year. Now take a look at this, guys. The national average cost of homeowners insurance is $2,151 per year for a $300,000 house. It is insane. And that's not even counting flood insurance, you guys. Flood insurance makes it way worse. But look at, again, if you want to come back here, some of these states, roll over some of these states and it will tell you how much insurance is. Now look at Texas. Again, Texas on average per year. I guess I should be happy because my insurance is less than average. $4,039 a year to insure a $300,000 house. That's insane. You guys, that is absolutely crazy. And look at this. Somehow California is less than Texas? $1,400 a year for California. That's crazy. Oregon, only $1,000 a year. How is the West Coast so cheap? And here's Florida. Florida is hurting badly, guys. Florida is $5,700 per year on average. Holy smokes, that is bad. I'm going to just say it like this, you guys. Renting is sounding better and better as the year goes on. As we, especially when we see these buyer's remorse surveys, which is going to be the next video I make. You guys, depending on the survey that you're looking at, recent buyers, over 90% have buyer's regret. I'm telling you, the market, the media, the industry is fooling people into thinking right now is a good time to buy. And now those people that purchased homes based on the fear of missing out with their heads in the sand are going bankrupt and being forced to sell their house because they can no longer afford to own it. You guys, property taxes and homeowners insurance are not fixed. And so again, I'm going to say this. If you're going to buy, fine, whatever, so be it. But please, please have the proper expectations and understand what to expect if you're going to purchase a home in 2024. And other than that, guys, if you like this video, again, shoot me a bonkers below. If you learned something, hit like. And other than that, if you're out there investing in real estate, you guys know that I wish you luck and I hope you win.